Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. Welcome back, everybody. Appreciate you being here today as we get ready for the holidays, specifically Thanksgiving. Lots to be thankful for. Love talking to people about their gratitude. What are they thankful for? I'm thankful for this gentleman and his family and the company he created of wonderfully delicious and healthy Greek foods, all made in the tradition of the Mediterranean. And they've been doing that for years, using authentic, all-natural, wholesome ingredients, ones you can actually pronounce. Imagine that. He's a wonderful gentleman. Great to have him back here. Tassos, Chronopoulos, and the company Tassos.com is back with us. Welcome, sir. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, it's good to have you back here. Love your positivity, learning so much about the traditions that have happened in your family and also in the Greek culture. And I have to ask you, getting ready for Thanksgiving and with a company that makes wonderful Mediterranean food, what do you guys usually eat for Thanksgiving, you and your family?
Well, my oldest son is the guy that manages the kitchen at his house, and we can get all of us there, children, grandchildren, and we are able to celebrate Thanksgiving by looking at each other, basically, and for myself, feeling proud of what all of them have done in their life. Thankful that none of us has been ill and running to the hospitals or having children that they are involved with drugs and bad things, that they are clean and good students, and I'm proud of them. So food comes second to what we are able to experience with each other, being close to each other, because all of us are very busy at work 7 days a week, each one on his own field. My son is a gyne guy. The other son, Michael, is in neuropsychology, but I have brought him here to work with me. My daughter also a graduate from with her degree in political science, her master's. She has a daughter now at Purdue. My other son my son, Fody, the doctor, has his son at University of Illinois in physics and scientific engineering. So, and Michael has one son that he's finishing high school. So I am thankful that we have been able to be a solid family, and each one of us has worked hard to get where we are at, because they are the first, call it, generation born in the United States, while I came in from Greece here. So there's a lot to be happy about, except the turkey.
Okay. Do tell.
The turkey says, "Why me?"
Yeah.
So this is not happy news for the turkey.
It's funny. I'm seeing a bunch of different memes or pictures and things online, and one of them was a turkey looking at the forecast, and the temperature was like 325 degrees, and the turkey's like, "Wow, it's going to be warm tomorrow."
Yeah, it's different,
Yeah. Did you ever, if you look back in your life, did you ever think you'd be doing what you're doing and in this position right now?
No. I give you my word, no. The cause of me getting involved in olives and olive oil was my father.
Mm.
When I took him to see the monument that I had built, the monument to peace for all the people that they were killed during the wars, from the Civil War to the Vietnam War at the time, he looked at me and he says, "And what have you done for Greece?" I saw him, what I was doing for the military guys, trying to help their families, and whatever I was doing in call it philanthropy. I don't care what you call it. So my father passed away here, and he had cancer. And when I took him to Greece, around the cemetery there were olive trees, and looking at the olive trees, I said, "That's where the olive trees started." Ancient Greece. In fact, in the Olympics, rather than giving the athlete a gold medal, they would give them a jar of olive oil. And these olive trees, because of the, when dynasties take over other people's countries, they manage them their way. At the time, Greece was a dynasty, and they put these olive trees not only all the way to the Black Sea along the Mediterranean, but also in Spain, Italy, Egypt, and no one in Greece had done anything with these stupid items. So I looked at them and I said, "My God, what if I find a machine that can pit the olive so people, if they eat them, they do not break their teeth?" And that's from where it started. So And then I said, "No, we're not going to make olive oil with the pit inside the olive oil. We'll extract the pit so the people can have olive juice, basically, to drink, rather than, a mixture of what the pit has inside it, because it absorbs everything that the olive has." So I got some samples of olive oil and came to the United States after the burial, and I went to stores that I had built in shopping centers here in Chicago. And people thought something was wrong with me mentally, so they gave me a chance because they knew me as a designer, the builder, blah, blah, blah. They gave me a chance to put my olive oils in their stores, jewel stores. They were national grocery stores at the time. And at the time, they had only corn oil on the shelves. So I was the first olive oil coming in, and people started buying it. And then here comes the olives. And I said, "Why don't we stuff the olive with something so that it can have a nice taste?" So I started stuffing the olives first with garlic, then with almond. Then I went into a double stuffed olive with garlic and jalapeno and garlic, red peppers and stuff. And I went to Costco in Seattle, and the buyer says to me, "We're tired looking at olives. Can you do anything?" So I said, "Hell yes, I can." I use a double stuffed olive, which to date is still at Costco, the garlic and jalapeno double stuffed, and that's how it started. But we have no synthetic pesticides or herbicides and insecticides in our fruit. We have to be responsible to keep this planet safe. And you look at the temperatures going down to 30 degrees, and the rains and the storms and the snowstorms, and what has happened out in Alaska, nothing is good there as far as nature is concerned. We do not want to pollute the water that we use with the water that we use to wash the olives. We don't use heavy equipment to pollute the air. We harvest by hand, not by machines. We create habitats so that we don't have to spray the olive groves. But the habitats are to collect all these fruit flies and birds so that it not affect the trees. Uh, we're doing our best to decrease the emissions of air pollutants by not using equipment, uh, to heat, or just all electric is done, but not with gas. So we do not spray the land. Uh, with stuff, and we try to decrease the emission, and we maintain naturally the soil fertility. We do not use any artificial preservatives in our products. No additives, no artificial coloring. It just we want to give health to the human being, and not garbage that has happened as of late. Listening to the news about I don't care if it's vegetables or meat, filled up with negative things for the human being. So yes, I'm thankful because the people that I have working for us in Greece are following these directions. And I'm also thankful that we are able to give the American consumer a product that helps their health. We are the only olive oil in the United States that's certified by the American Heart Association and also by the American government, who checks to see that organic products come into the marketplace. So you asked me what I'm thankful for. There are so many things that I'm thankful for. But the most important thing is that this country gave me the opportunity to raise a family here, where all of them have worked very hard to earn what they have done, but they were given the opportunity to do so. And on my 85th year on this planet, I feel very good that I have not hurt anybody.
Well, there's so much I want to learn here. Going back to the passing of your father,
Yes.
It sounds like that was a moment where you truly discovered the power of the olive tree. Was it around that time? Did I hear that right?
Yes, I have seen the tree, but I never, as a tourist,
Right.
I never thought about it, the history of it, because if you follow the Christian faith, for instance, when they baptize the children, they put the priest puts in their hands, in his fingers, some olive oil, or puts the symbol of the cross on the forehead, on the heart, and his hands, to get the kid to be well. Well, guess what? The wine also is used for when you go to get, I don't know, every Christian church has the, I don't know how to say it, they go and they get communion,
Mm-hmm.
and that's wine. Well, guess what? When Christ was around Lebanon, and the apostles, they had lunch and dinner with olive oil and wine. This is from where these things came about. And why? Because they were both healthy. So it's kind of a miracle. They were giving people healthy things to eat using olive oil, which for them at the time was medicine, because it clears your veins, helps your heart, it helps your mind, your brain. And the olive oil, it was at that time a medicine, this is what my research indicated. And the wine was something that they were drinking to have a good time. Well, so the grape vines were in Greece, and they were moved all the way up, not just in Spain and Italy, but all the way where they started making, in Scotland, the alcoholic drinks. So these two things, I couldn't touch the grapes and the wines because, you have to have permits to bring alcohol and blah, blah, blah here. And I didn't want to touch these items. But I concentrated in the in the product of olives and olive oil.
You talked about the stuffing of the olives.
Yeah.
How long ago did you begin doing that?
About 20 years ago.
And it really wasn't a thing back then. People weren't really,
No.
Back in the day.
Again, I was in Seattle, and the olive buyer in Seattle, he says to me, "We are tired giving people olives that they break their tooth." Well, I went there to see them because I had a pitted olive. And then he says to me, "Can you do anything different with olives?" And that's where I went and looked and said, "Okay, let's stuff it with garlic." And then I looked at it and said, no, I have to do something more than garlic. And I did garlic and jalapeno because jalapeno was coming from Mexico. Anyway.
It's they're wonderfully popular now. And I would have to say you boosted their popularity with the stuffed olives.
Yeah. Well, it's nice, you cannot, there's no way that you can protect this product, it's olives and stuff, something that you cannot protect it legally, so people are copying it, and that's okay with me. I don't have a problem. But the problem is the size of the olive, A tree, for instance, the olives that we are using to be stuffed, they are called super mammoth. Out of the volume of the olives that a tree produces, only 20% of them are of the size, so big. The rest of them, when you have, for instance, the super mammoth olive, is there are different sizes of olives. The super mammoth olive is between 91 and 100 pieces of olives a kilo, but the giants, for instance, they call them, is 141 to 160 olives per kilo, and the extra jumbo is 161 to 180 olives per kilo. Now, each olive size is about 20 to 25 cents difference per kilo in cost. So what other people do, they do not say in their labels, other companies, I meant to say, the size of the olive. They mix them. But what we do, we write on our label the size of the olive. So we do not cheat the American consumer. We tell them this is a super mammoth olive, and it's a hell of a difference between 91 and 100 pieces of olive with a pit in it to a brilliant, that they call it, and it is 291 to 320 pieces per kilo. So if you mix them, you are cheating, as far as I'm concerned, you are cheating the consumer.
And when I look at a jar of any of your, anything that you stuff, even the peppers, by the way, they are huge. The olives are huge, which is, how are you going to stuff anything with, whatever it might be, cream cheese or whatever? How are you even able to do that?
We stuff, in order to avoid pollution, because there are machines that you can stuff with, but they have gas in there. I stuff all of our olives by hand. Now, the ones that they are with cheese and cream and stuff like that, you have to stuff them by hand. And just like the others that they are stuffed with solid items. I try to stay, these areas, the plant and the olive groves, they are located in small villages, or a large village. And what do they have above them is the sky. What they have around them is the mountain or the sea. And if you start polluting because you want to use mechanical equipment, which they're like construction equipment. They are cranes and stuff like that. That they use gas to get them to operate. Well, I don't want that. I don't want to be a cause of polluting the air.
I heard you say that you stuff them by hand. Am I hearing that right?
Correct.
My gosh, how is that even possible?
Well, we have, I'll tell you what, you're talking about millions of olives to be stuffed. But look at, you are working in areas where people are old and they have do not have a job. Young people that they have nothing else to do, wives, mothers, grandmothers. You allow them to have a job where they can make good money and keep working.
Wow.
So you try to help people, not to hurt them or use them, but be kind to them and offer them something they can do, sitting on a chair and stuffing olives.
Amazing. I had no idea that was done by hand, and I'm still, it still it blows my mind that you're able to do that, but like you said, with the volume.
We have 900 people doing just that every day, except the holidays, and Saturdays and Sundays, because they, again, you work 8 hours a day, you have a time to lunch, you are offered health insurance, you get paid for overtime. You don't treat these people like animals. You treat them like, how would you like to be treated if it was you doing this work?
Wow. I am truly amazed. Aside from allowing people to work, what is your reason for doing it by hand? Is it it just comes out better?
Yes. To start with, yes. But also you avoid using energy like electricity or gas. Right now we do not know if the person talking to us is AI or a human being. I believe in human beings. And anything I can do to give a job to a human being, I will do it.
I understand it now. Now I see it crystal clear, Tassos. Wow. Yeah. Wonderful. We got a minute left. I want to just ask you, final question here. In 30 seconds, what's your secret to staying positive?
What is my secret to stay positive?
Yeah, I truly want to know.
I believe that all of us came to this earth to be challenged, and giving up in anything, you are losing a chance to make things better. Or for yourself or for others.
Do you feel that we're here to teach and learn?
It's imperative. I'm scared, to be honest with you, because if a country without education, without knowledge, based on the history of the world, is going to fail. We have to educate our people. We have to say science is science, songs are songs, BS is BS, and not mix them together,
Yeah. You're as real and true as it comes. A sheer pleasure talking with you. I learned so much today about this whole process. See it for yourself. Tassos.com, TASSOS.com. Sir, thank you so much for being here today. Really appreciate it. And I really mean it when I say to you and your family, happy Thanksgiving, and looking forward next time we talk.
Thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family.
Thank you.
And peace on earth.
You got it. All right, we'll talk soon. Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
What I know about courage, I learned from my adoptive mom. She said sometimes you just gotta hold on and know we'll get through this. Mom, we are so high up. Hold my hand.
No, you hold my hand.
Here we go.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey, we're pretty good.
yeah,
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.